Hey, this is Brook. When I'm thinking about soloing, it's always, first thing you gotta know is what key are we in, or what chords are you playing over? According to me anyway. So we've been doing a lot of stuff based on like an E7 or blues, rock and roll, whatever. So if you ponder that chord, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. So what notes are in that E7 chord? Yep, there's an E in there, correct. So you might find your E's like this. Each string is going to have 2 or 3. First string's open, 12, bend the 22 up a whole step. That's a start. The 6th string is the same thing, of course, 0, 12, and all good targets. Start on an E. All right. How about we can do all the E's right now, but let's just do them. Second string is 5 and 17. Third string is 9 and 21. Fourth string is 2 and 14. Fifth string is 7 and 19. You actually have to know that like right now. If you don't know it right now, I would look into getting that at the tip of your fingers, at your fingertips, so that you can just play it. So, an E note's a good place to start. What other notes are in the E or E7 chord? So E is the root. I would go to the third next. That's going to be a G sharp. The third note in an E major scale is G sharp. If you play your Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do scale, one, two, and number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's your third. Third note in the scale, Do, Re, Mi, G sharp. Okay, man, this is important. If you add your E's to your G sharps, you'll get this sound. You just got to know that. That's just, kind of like learning the alphabets or learning to count to 10 or learning your colors or shapes. If you don't know that stuff, what's happening here? You just got to know your notes and you know your scale. It's not that hard. All right. So, E's and G sharps. I know that didn't sound that cool yet, but it's going to. You just have to know that before we can really proceed. What other notes are in the E7 chord? E, G sharp, then what? B. B is the 5th. Every string's got a couple of them. Oops. No way. Just gotta know those too, and the G sharps. I didn't show you. Did I show you? Yeah, I guess I did. Okay, E's, B's, and G sharps. That's your root, third and fifth. B is the 5th note on the scale. B is the 5th. So it's a root, third, and 5th. That's what makes your chord. I'm going kind of slow. I want to make sure everybody's getting this. I don't want anybody to feel like they can't do this because it's not that hard. Root, third, 5th, and one more note to make an E7. What is that? Because these all are going to be really important notes when you're soloing. You're going to want to hit them. target them, land on them, start on them, end on them, play through them, put them together in new and interesting ways, because obviously those notes are all over the neck. So you got your root, third, fifth. Next one's called the flatted 7, and that's D. So a major scale, D sharp, E. D sharp is the 7th, but this is a flatted 7 or dominant 7. So if we play the natural 7, we might call that a major 7. I don't know, a natural 7. This is a flatted 7, which has a lot more of a kind of powerful, cutting, edgy sound. So if you put those notes together, like say, so when I solo, I might start on one of these, like a check, or I might just practice a little pattern, like G sharp, E, G sharp, E, D, B, G sharp. Then I kept going with more, another D, B, G sharp, E, D. So I'm really just outlining my target notes. And then, you know, when I solo, I'll kind of stumble through them. I might go. I just stumble through them, I guess, but with little chromatic patterns. You know, I started something like, can't remember what I started on, but I'm kind of like looking at the root, or the third, root, and fifth. Got it in a dominant 7 that time, so definitely you can change it up as you go. Start on a 5th, end on a root. Major 3rd, root, flatted 7, 5th, flatted 7, root, minor 3rd, major 3rd, root, flatted 7. All just practice. That wasn't really a solo, just a phrase. Phrase practice is kind of just having fun, goofing off, enjoying the guitar, trying to get from one note to the next and kind of smoothly work my way through it. So obviously I'm changing it up as I go, and that's what's fun. So I can do that kind of stuff all over the neck because I know those roots, thirds, fifths, and flatted 7s. Say here's a similar. That's completely, I had no real big plan for that. Just start around here, work my way through it. It's kind of a scale run through. Kind of missed a note. A little bit of scale work combined with what I was going on about, thinking about those chord tones. Notes of the chord. Played one at a time, or 2 or 3. Little groups of 2 notes, dyads, or triads. Again, chord tones and scale tones, maybe chromatic bits. and those 2-note little hunks. That's a major third and a flatted 7. G sharp and D. That was kind of a just generic single note rock blues, like a phrase or line, just making a line. All right, man. So think about those things. Find those chord tones, find those shapes. Try to get it mapped out all the way up your neck. Just do it one string at a time. Find your E's, G sharps, B's, and D's. Let me do one last thing. I'll do that on one string. E, G sharp, B, D, E. That's a good way to think of it. Then you got your G sharp, B, D. Holy smokes. Cool. Didn't mean to do that. Good thing to practice. I don't really get enough time to practice because I'm always doing gigs, but this is more fun than playing gigs. Gigs are a lot of hassle, man. You got to carry stuff around. Just play at home, much better. But someday I'll get to retire and just sit on the couch and make these little shapes all day long, if that's the dream. All right, thanks for letting me show you that, and have a good rest of the day.